Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's session on wants versus needs. All information in this presentation is taken from the Junior Achievement Finance Park program. Think about this quote and what it means to you. If we command our wealth, we shall be rich and free. If our wealth commands us, we are poor indeed. Now, wants versus needs. After this presentation, you'll have more understanding on the difference between wants versus needs and also how to apply that into your personal life. Sometimes financial choices are difficult, but when you have a better understanding of money management, you'll be able to reach your goals even if you have to make some hard choices. Unfortunately, not everyone can have all the things that they want, but choosing how you spend your money now can help you save to meet your future short-term or long-term goals. Now let's look at the difference between wants versus needs. Wants are purchases that are not required to survive, but you'd like to have them in your life. So think of it as basically anything that isn't a need can be considered a want. Now, needs are required for your physical and mental wellness in your everyday life. The needs you have will vary slightly based on your situation. A good way to think of wants versus needs is you may need a pair of shoes, but you really want those $450 Yeezys. So that's the difference. You need shoes, but you want those Yeezys. Now the choice is, can you afford to buy those Yeezys when you're looking at your budget? So let's start with wants. This includes any expenses that make you comfortable and content, but that are not necessary to live. So most teenagers have their basic needs taken by either parents, guardians, or caretakers. So it's understandable for teenagers to be more concerned with their wants. Now take a second to think about, what are some of your wants? What are some of those things on that shopping list that you just really wish that you could have? Maybe it's those Yeezys. Now, needs is the important stuff. So these are things that people cannot survive without. So it's important to understand the difference between a need and a want. For example, you may need food to survive, but you do not need ice cream. Needs are those important things like housing, transportation, food, clothing. Think about some of those other examples of needs. And if you thought about food, water, air, clothing, shelter, you were right on the money. Now, needs can be met in a few different ways. So let's look at some examples. You need water, but is an expensive bottled water a need? You need food. Is a bag of potato chips a need? And you also need clothing. Is a popular designer jacket a need? These are some just examples to think through when you're trying to figure out the difference between wants versus needs. Now, choosing to spend your money wisely. Think about this. Before purchasing an item, ask yourself these questions. Start off with, is this a necessity? Does it sustain you? Does it house you? Or is it a luxury? Is it something you can manage without? Or is it an essential to meet a goal?